Hey folks, Dave the Not So Evil Viking 13 here. I am finally in the Battlefield 1 open beta. You guys should all get access very soon. But today I want to talk about a couple of the planes in Battlefield 1. Not the bomber just yet, but specifically the fighter and the attack planes. I'm going to give you guys a couple of suggestions that really helped me out as I've been working to get a handle on the new flight mechanics in Battlefield 1 with these planes. In previous Battlefield games, I've been big into the aircraft. This was not the case during the closed beta, and I wanted to dive in with the planes first thing here in the open beta and figure out what I was doing wrong. Now my first suggestion is going to be a pretty obvious one, but it stumped me for a while. Make sure that you know what your free look button is and make sure that you use it constantly. Go into your settings menu and look exactly which key is bound to free look. And if you're on PC and it's not on a good key for your mouse, make sure that you rebind it. For me, it was set to mouse 2, which was middle click, and I just could not figure out what mouse 2 was supposed to be. It was a weird label in game. Now, free looking only works when you're in first person in the planes. So as you're dogfighting and making passes against ground targets, make sure that you keep swapping back to the first person camera to look directly behind you and see if you're being chased. Especially on the larger conquest maps, it's very easy to forget, with all the chaos going on around you, that there might be planes right behind you. It can be difficult sometimes to figure out exactly where all these tracers are coming from. Yeah, check your 6. My second suggestion is specific for players on PC. If you are flying with mouse and keyboard, which I would actually suggest because it gives you some nice digital control over the aircraft and the accuracy of aiming with a mouse, I would suggest that first of all, unbind E from eject from the aircraft. Put it somewhere on the numpad like I did, because I know that I was rolling across a bunch of keys, hitting E, and ejecting out of my aircraft mid-dogfight. Embarrassing and annoying. Just get that remapped. What I did then was, I remapped E to pitch down. This is the equivalent of pulling a joystick back to 100%, but because of course a keyboard key is a digital press, and when you're pressing it, it's 100%. This allows you to make essentially perfect turns by just holding down the E button or whatever you decide to map pitch up to. This will even give you a pretty easy way to circle above objective flags in conquest mode and capture them right there from your airplane. This is almost an unfair advantage, as against anyone besides a pretty skilled pilot, you're going to be able to outturn them with ease, take them out quickly, and get back to the rest of the fight. Speaking of the rest of the fight, that's going to be what I recommend you guys do, and that's help your team out on the ground. As soon as you finish off air targets, make one quick scan of the entire area, and if you have bombs, go for light vehicles, horses, armored targets, harass them if you can. If you're just the fighter, try and look for snipers or lone wolves that you can pick off. See what your teammates are spotting, and don't forget that you can spot too from the air, even if it's kind of, toned down quite a bit. Don't expect to spot snipers and stuff for your team too much, but it's worth a shot if you can make low passes and just tap that Q button, or on the controller your equivalent button to spot as you fly over. Speaking of spotting, don't forget that as you're dogfighting, constantly hit Q or your controller spot button to keep the fighter or bomber or other aircraft that you're trying to chase spotted, because especially with the weather effects, it can be super easy for the enemy to stall out or make a sudden turn, or for some fog to roll in or a cloud or some dust and you lose your target. Keeping them spotted will help them show up on the map just briefly and will help you track them visually during the fight. And who knows, if you keep your target spotted, you might have a friendly biplane show up to help you fight it, or even some anti-aircraft fire from the ground to help you out. Definitely don't forget about which team has which flags and who has control of the emplaced anti-aircraft guns. Those are incredibly important. If the enemy team is controlling the point that has the AA gun, just assume that someone's there. Only make passes on targets in that area that you know you can get in and out of quickly. Take the target out and get out of there, watch your 6, and if you start to take flak from the AA gun, abort your attack run immediately because you're going to die. It is not worth it. Get out of there. If your team has control over the AA gun, keep a note of if anyone's on it. Check your map. And if you're having a tough dogfight, there's no shame. Okay, well, maybe there's a little bit of shame in bringing the enemy over to the AA gun and getting some help from your teammate. Hey, at the end of the day, it is a team game. Go ahead and take the cheap shot, get some help. Just don't expect to earn that Red Baron plain skin anytime soon. Finally, one little side tip for the fighter. Its main guns are not great against ground targets, and I actually found that if I'm in a fighter and the airspace is already controlled, one of the best ways for me to help my team out and to get kills is to actually roadkill lone wolves. I would definitely not recommend this against any kind of horses or vehicles, but if you see a sniper sniping away, try and get him with your landing gear or your wing. Just watch your airspeed, come close to stalling if you can, and just gently scrape them off the terrain, get the kill, fire up your engines, and get out of there. So guys, there you have it. Just a couple of ideas from my first hour or two in the Battlefield 1 open beta, and trying to get a handle on the planes that I could not get a handle on during the closed alpha. And I think I'm making real progress. I hope these suggestions were helpful for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more Battlefield 1 content. For now, I'm going to roll some additional gameplay footage of the planes in the Battlefield 1 open beta, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
We are losing objective Charlie.
Düşman tayyaresi. Tayyare tam yukarıda.
We have taken objective Charlie. We have lost objective Charlie. We have taken objective Freddy.